You know, in the US, it's kind of a weird time right now. There are some people who are doing pretty well, but unfortunately, there's still a lot of people who are not doing so great in terms of their finances. If you're furloughed or unemployed, you used to be able to get $1,050 a week. But with the CARES Act ending, a lot of people are only getting a couple $100 a week now. And even if you are currently employed, it's still good to have a financial plan. So here's 6 things you can do to make the most of the money you have coming in. Number 1, apply for stimulus funds. Congress has approved additional funding for unemployment benefits amounting to $300 a week for the next 6 weeks. This varies by state. Some states have already started, whereas other states are starting those benefits soon. This program, called the Lost Wages Assistance Program, has limited funds. So contact your local unemployment office and apply soon. Let's take a look at a couple states. The first one here is Washington State. And if you scroll down on their main website, you'll see that they do indeed pay out. So if you received any unemployment benefits between August 1st and September 5th, then you'll receive the extra $300 in the future. However, if you read further down below, you'll see that in order to receive these payments, you actually have to register on their website sometime between September 8th and September 20th. And since I'm posting this on September 17th, you'll have to do that pretty soon. So go ahead and go to the website and register if you haven't already. And in case the website's down, you can still call them to certify that you were affected negatively by COVID so that you can start receiving those payments starting next week. Now let's take a look at Oregon. So it looks like Oregon here, they also are looking for people who received unemployment benefits between August 1st and September 5th. And it looks like they'll start to make payments to people by the end of the month. No mention here about if there is a deadline to self-certify, but you can probably find that on their website. What they do provide is a PowerPoint that shows you exactly all the steps you need to do in order to self-certify that you were affected by COVID as well. And it looks pretty thorough, so you shouldn't have any issues if you just follow the instructions in this document. The last one here is Connecticut. So for Connecticut, it looks like you also have to self-certify that you were affected by COVID. They're determining your status for the payments based on whether or not you were receiving unemployment benefits between August 2nd and August 30th. And it looks like you'll start receiving your payments September 17th. Unfortunately, there is one state where residents won't be getting any funds. And that state is South Dakota. If you're watching and from South Dakota, the reason you're not getting any of these benefits is because your state government didn't apply for these funds in time. So let's chalk that up to a financial fail. On the bright side, there's 5 more ways for you to maximize your finances. So let's talk about the next one. Number 2, create a budget. If you haven't already, now is a great time to create a budget. It's really important to know how much you're getting and how much you're spending every month across your biggest budget items. For most people, those are housing, utilities, and food. For housing, consider downsizing or negotiating a discount with your landlord if you're renting. If you have the ability to buy, consider house hacking, which is renting out part of your home to others so that they can help pay off your mortgage for you. For food, build a grocery list based on recipes that you plan to cook each week. That way you buy exactly what you need and you don't waste any money on things that you suddenly have the inspiration to see right before checking out. Also, consider buying something pre-made or pre-packaged rather than ordering delivery every time. And for utilities, consider using the free tools provided by your utility company to lower your bills. Consider opening your windows, though not in California at the moment where I live. And for a hack, consider buying a fan, putting some ice cubes in a tray, and using that to blow cold air through the house rather than turning on your AC. Trust me, it actually works. Other ways you might be able to save on your monthly bill include comparison shopping for insurance, whether that's home and renter's insurance or car insurance. You'd be surprised by how much you can save. I know I sound kind of like a Geico ad. Save 15%, but you can actually save quite a bit of money by just comparison shopping and getting a better deal and not going with the same company you've been with for the longest time. And lastly, I think, with healthcare, I'm not going to recommend that you skimp on that. Given the situation right now, it's really important, if you can afford it, to pay for that policy. Number 3, create a rainy day fund. So after you've set your budget and you know how much is going out every month, hopefully you have a little bit left over. And so that goes to kind of your rainy day fund, which is savings for emergencies, in case you lose your job, in case your car breaks down or you have unexpected expenses. That's what that's for. I move these funds into a high interest savings account so that it's readily available and also still earning me money every year. Number 4, reduce your debt. So what I mean here is high interest debt. So that's the debt that costs you 20%, 25%, even more than that. Your high interest credit cards, your payday loans, that sort of thing. Pay those off first. The other thing you can do is negotiate with your lenders to reduce your actual debt amount, for them to forgive your debt, to lower your debt, to restructure your debt. You might have a loan for a payment of $200 a month at 20% interest. And if you work with your lender, some lenders will work with you and lower that to maybe say $150 a month at 15% interest. And that's an extra $50 that's going into your pocket that you can put into savings or spend on things that you need. And that's an option that a lot of people don't take, but is actually available to you. It might not succeed with every lender, but you really won't know until you try. The key insight you need to know here is that lenders would rather you pay some of that debt than not pay any at all. And if you aren't able to pay it, then you're most likely not going to pay any. And so what they'll do is they'll actually extend your term so that you have longer to pay, so your monthly payment drops, or that they'll lower your interest rate so that your monthly payment drops. Either way, your monthly payment will drop and you're more likely to be able to pay off that debt. And number 5, smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it if you can help give a like, a share, a comment, because that really helps me create more content for you all. Number 5, invest in yourself. Now is a great time to invest in yourself. Whether that means you're investing in your existing role to level up your skills there, or investing in learning an entirely new trade. There are tons of online courses available, such as Coursera or Skillshare, and there's also things like boot camps for people who want to learn new trades. Telling a potential employer that you've been working on your craft shows them your motivation and what you're going to bring to the table when you join their company. Doing this now will set you up so that you stand out from the crowd when you do go after that next role. And if you're worried about payment, it's actually all right. There's a lot of courses out there that allow you to audit for free. And for the ones that are longer programs, some of them will actually structure your payments so that you only have to pay once you land a job. And number 6, work a side hustle. I'll give more details in an upcoming video about how you can make up to $100 a day doing something that's not 9 to 5. There's a lot of things that people can do to earn money that doesn't involve having to go work an 8-hour shift. There are a lot of different things you can do as a side hustle, from flipping items for profit, to wholesaling, to tutoring, to writing blog posts for other people. There's 50 ideas I could give you. But the important thing is that you find something that you are good at, that you want to do, and you work at it so that you can build up that financial future that you do want. If this was helpful for you guys, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel and share this with your friends. That's it for this video. Until next time.